Welcome to Real Estate Radio Live, an informative and engaging podcast discussing everything you need to know about the world of real estate. Your host, Joe Caccera, provides you with insight and guidance on how to buy, sell, finance, and invest in real estate. He also offers real estate tax management strategies, new construction advice, home improvement tips, and much, much more. And now, to guide you around the world of real estate, here's your host and Real Estate Radio Live team leader, Joe Caccera.
Welcome in. This is Joe Caccera with Real Estate Radio Live, the podcast series as we continue through the week. We are Monday through Friday. Again, just a reminder, with you every single day, podcasts on anything and everything real estate. Mondays, Mike D'Ambrosio does the show. Mike and I do a show together on Tuesdays. I'm with you solo usually on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then buddy Bobby and I do the show on Fridays. All right, today's topic is going to be, we're going to do two different things. We're going to cover the hottest neighborhoods for 2017, which is an interesting article that came out on Business Insider. It's on Zillow and a couple other publications. And also, the second part, we're going to talk a little bit about downtown San Jose. If you've been following the show for the last couple of years, you know that I've been talking about downtown San Jose and how I do think over the last, I would say this past year, so 2016 really became a good time to start investing down there and to take notice in San Jose, because for the first time, there's some things that are happening that are going to really reshape downtown San Jose for the future. So we're going to talk about that too. All right, before we get started, just a reminder, if you need any information or if you need financing on a purchase, refinance, or need any consultation on financing, be sure to contact me at area code 408-838-9060. And you could also go to reradiolive.com and contact me that way via email if you'd like to do that. All right, let's go through quickly the hottest neighborhoods for 2017. Some may or may not surprise you, and number one, I think, will surprise you when we get to number one. So we'll go from 10, descending down to 1. So the 10th is in New Orleans. What is this? Treme, I guess that would be pronounced, in New Orleans, Louisiana. That is number 10. It's got an average medium sales price. I'll go through these quickly, too, because it's kind of interesting, the medium sales prices from state to state. So Treme, Louisiana, and the medium sales price is $199,000. For those in the Bay Area, you're probably thinking, oh, my gosh, when's the last time we heard that? Number 9 is Greenfield, or near Aurora, Colorado. Colorado has really been an up-and-coming state in many different ways the last several years. The medium sales price there is $455, so that's a little different. And that is number 9 on the list, Greenfield, which is near Aurora in Colorado. And they have a pretty robust market there. Number 8, we're going to jump back to, I shouldn't say back to, but this is California, Hollywood Park in Sacramento. So the Central Valley has still some areas that have potential growth because there's so much land to develop on. And I'm not really familiar myself personally too much with Hollywood Park, Sacramento. I am with Sacramento in general, but so this is interesting. Number 8, Hollywood Park. It's in Sacramento, and medium sales price here $345, which is interesting. Medium sales price to be lower than one in Colorado. That's interesting. So again, these are the hottest neighborhoods in America, 2017. Medium sales price at $3. Relocating, purchasing investment property is another good reason. All right, number 7, Colonial Village, Shepherd Park, and that's in Washington. Really quaint, neat kind of colonial areas, as this one is interesting. For those that aren't familiar with that part of the East Coast, very expensive. Washington, Connecticut, some of those areas. New York, here the medium, that's a high level medium sales price. Again, that's in Colonial Village, Shepherd. Number 7. Number 6, we are going to make our way a little Massachusetts, and that is Never heard of that area. There's so many different little towns in so many of these different states. If you want more information on these, you could go really, but I would encourage those that are investing or looking to invest, or if you're thinking about popular neighborhoods. All right, number 5, Edlin, and this town here, medium sales price $494. That's better than average sales prices here. That some of these neighborhoods are still in non-affordable, depending on how you look at that. But again, number 5, we are halfway through it. Elliott, $494. Number 4, Somerset, medium sales price $460,000. I'm familiar with Glendale and or neighborhoods that are really attractive in certain areas. There's a lot of data and statistics. Just search it out again under the Business Insider has it, and there's probably several articles if you go. All right, that is number 4. Number 3, which and let's wait till we get to the medium sales price on this one. Better be sitting down. So Sunnyvale, California, right in our backyard as we do this podcast in Los Gatos. So right now, Sunnyvale, California is number 3. And are you ready for this? Medium sales price, this won't surprise, $160,000 is the medium sales price for, I think we would, for those that have lived here, we're not surprised, but it is in different areas, might quite possibly look at this and go a medium sales price of $1.76 million. What are those guys doing out there? They're crazy to spend that kind of money. From our area, we get listeners all over the United States and the world. So for those that are not familiar with this, it's really one of the main reasons. There's 2 main reasons, really, that it's the kind of the mecca of the business world here in Silicon Valley. And the second is Bay Area. So those 2 factors drive those costs up, and that's number 3. To number 2, we're going to head back up to the northwest again. And wow, look at the medium sales price on that one. That surprised me. I don't know why. I don't know why I wouldn't have guessed that high. That is very similar to the Washington, D.C. area that we talked about. But that's number 2, Woodridge, and that's in Bellevue and up northwest in the Washington area. Medium sales price $720,000, and actually a pretty good business environment with some big. When you take really my lawyers really make up for some good business environment and opportunity. What if you had to guess? Where would you guess? Number 1. That's right, our backyard again, Oakland, California. I would have never guessed. Would have never guessed. This is number 1 on the list of the 10 hottest neighborhoods. Some research on this area. I'm familiar with Oakland. I'm familiar with Lake Merritt. The Oakland Hills, I have to say, I'm not familiar with, but obviously it's a neighborhood in the Oakland area, and sales price, medium sales price is $817,000. Medium sales price. All right, that rounds up 1 through 10 or 10 through 1, however you want to look at that. If you want more information, go to any place. Some great information, I'll say as I wrap this first segment up. If you're an investor or looking for, or if you're going to relocate and you're looking for potential neighborhoods that might be great from a relocation standpoint, this would be another great resource. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When I come back, I'll surprise you. I'll be back in just a minute.
For more information on today's program, visit RERadiolive.com. That's RERadiolive.com.
Hi, this is Joe Kuchera, host of Real Estate Radio Live and Bay Area Mortgage Planner. In addition to being your home financing expert, please remember you could always contact me for other trusted advisors such as realtors, financial planners, and CPAs. Please feel free to contact me at 408-838-9060. That's 408-838-9060, or email joe at RERadiolive.com, or visit my website at RERadiolive.com for more details.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio Live. For more information on today's topic or guests, just visit reradiolive.com. That's reradiolive.com. Again, your host for today's edition of Real Estate Radio Live, Joe Kuchera.
Welcome back in. It's Joe Kuchera with Real Estate Radio Live, the podcast series. As we move through the podcast here, about another 12 or 13 minutes to be with you. First segment, we talked a little bit about the 10 hottest neighborhoods in America. Some may or may not surprise you. If you want more information on that, you could go to Google or go to Business Insider and do a search. It should be right there and available. And some really good information. Lastly, if you didn't pick up the first part of the podcast, if you're an investor, a potential investor, or relocating, I would suggest that you pick up that article and take a look at it. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about downtown San Jose. If you've been listening to my show for the last couple of years, you know, if you go back and listen, or maybe you've been following me, hopefully, that I've been talking about downtown San Jose for almost 2 years now, and talking about it in a positive way and talking about it from an investment perspective and to keep an eye open for downtown San Jose. I believed over the last year or so that it's, for the first time, going to start some real development with some real purpose and promise, and no more false starts. If you've been around here as long as I have, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, there's been what I call a lot of false starts in downtown San Jose. They'll have a lot of hype and they'll say a big area is opening and they're excited because business is coming down and a certain section is doing well, or there's some new development. A lot of false starts. There was a lot of promises and they just couldn't draw the energy, the attention, and the traffic in downtown San Jose. It's always been really been a difficult one until now. And I believe that over the next 3 to 5 years, you will see a completely different downtown San Jose. Here are the reasons why. Primary reason is they're starting to develop. They have over the last couple of years to accommodate housing for the millennials and the younger generation. High-rise, walk to everywhere, take your bike, restaurants, locations, bars, a lot of development going on. That's a piece of it. The biggest driver in the factor that San Jose will finally be on the map and growing in some nice ways is the fact that Silicon Valley and high tech has no other place to go. I know that sounds funny. Our last resort is downtown San Jose, but that's really what it's about. So to give you a little background, the high-tech companies have always gravitated towards Mountain View, Sunnyvale, Cupertino, out in that area near Mountain View, those areas. Burlingame, not so much because there wasn't a lot of space in that area. San Mateo, San Francisco, up and down that corridor in the peninsula has been a hot spot for high tech. Well, guess what? There's no more room. They've taken up all the space. There's really not so much to speak of any more growth area in those locations. They've basically eaten up all the land and space available. So the only place to go outside of Santa Clara years as well, but even more development, I believe, downtown San Jose. And one of the biggest drivers is, again, high tech. They already have. Some of them have already taken up a lot of space in building and commercial space, which is just on the north side of the airport. And then you'll see 3 more high-end hotels going up. And if you drive around commercial buildings that have been around for years, that'll be taken down and boarded up because they're going to be getting ready to build and develop. A thriving downtown San Jose area is great for the economy. The business economy has been thriving here for a long time because of high tech, but it's been short of thriving 100%. Just did not have the growth and the things needed to really put those pieces together. They finally do. You're going to say I'm an investor, but if I'm an investor looking for an opportunity, and I would look in downtown San Jose. I think if you find the right area and if you find the right place, almost anywhere, but if it's near the downtown metro area, pick up property down there. I think you'll be surprised what it look like and what your investment might be. You're going to get a lot of new if you're a investor and you have rental property in downtown San Jose, you're going to see your rents go up probably 5, 10, 15, maybe 20% over the next couple of years. So there's downtown San Jose, I would say this is my prediction. Any place, not any chance for appreciation in the double-digit figures over the next 3 to 5 years than a lot of elevated and extremes. So I do think you'll get better appreciation with properties in downtown San Jose, honestly, over the next couple of years than you would in Los Gatos. Those areas have really had a run-up in the last 4 or 5 years. In the valuation, I think we're going to see some settling and some flattening and just maybe average growth. And I see double digits on your appreciation on investments over the next 3 to 5 years. I really do, and maybe more. Down there, you'll start seeing high-tech moving in. Anytime high-tech moves in, they have more demand. Local things that are happening, the theaters down there. There's a lot of things that really were underutilized. And it's a great opportunity, and it's good to see finally for San Jose. Sure, but I think the city's trying to work on that and get that under control. That some people have concerns with. Potentially, there's some gang activity, not a tremendous, you have to be careful at, especially after midnight and some things near some late in the evening. But as most of you know, they already have the Shark Tank down there. All this new redevelopment is just going to mean great things for San Jose. It's also going to mean more traffic. As you sit back and look at, I get a lot of people asking me, Joe, where what I would call opportunities in the Bay Area? I think downtown San Jose is most places around the United States or outside of California. I get that. But relatively speaking, certain areas of San Jose, Willow Glen, Los Gatos, Saratoga, Cupertino, Mountain View, those places, you're downtown San Jose. And if one of the things I would look at, if you could find something near downtown by San Jose State in that vicinity and or in the downtown, if you could get your hands on a multi-unit property like a duplex, try commercial, and get yourself into a 12, 14, 20-plus unit. Now, you have to have some vision and futuristic thinking on some of these purchases. And what I mean by that is you might go downtown San Jose in some areas and go, Joe, are you kidding me? I wouldn't research and think about the redevelopment and the improved development that's going to take place. And they go into areas when everybody else knows about them. Well, people know about it and see it run down or see that, they can't get the rents they'd like to get. But so if you're going to invest down there, have some vision, have some patience. You're going to have some opportunities to pick up something for some decent pricing, and people will still stay away from those areas. A lot of people, the majority of people won't start invest changes. What I'm suggesting is a good investor, get ahead of that curve and look at those things in advance and make those investments now in terms of investments over the next 3 to 5 to 7 years. All right, we're going to wrap things up. Check that out on Google. And remember, if you want any more information, go to RE Radio. Thanks again. Take care. Until next time.
You've been listening to Real Estate Radio Live. For more information on today's program, visit RERadioLive.com. That's RERadioLive.com. Subscribe to our podcast. Discover more at RERadioLive.com.